There's been a big hype about where should we be putting pads. We're then going to be talking about vector change, going A in P or A in L. This video is going to explain exactly what this is all about. So pad placement. So the most common location for pad placement is your anterior lateral, right? So this is your base and your apex of the heart. We often get this quite wrong. Hopefully this doesn't stick terribly to the mannequin. So we have our pad here, and this goes just below the clavicle on the heart, or on the chest, sorry. And then your lateral pad, this is the one where we get the most wrong. Oftentimes you're going to see it placed over there, and that's actually really bad because that's not at all where we want it to go. It actually needs to go 5th intercostal space, mid-axilla. So that your axilla line runs straight under your arm, and your 5th intercostal space is actually right over there. So it goes a lot more to the side and a lot higher than we generally place it. We generally place it around over there. So that is your AL positioning. Anterior, lateral. The other position that you've probably heard more and more about is your anterior posterior. So this is actually proven now, the evidence is saying that it is actually more effective, and it is able to shock with less impedance, which means it's more effective at shocking in rhythm out of whatever the rhythm is. And so therefore, how do we actually do AP? So we talk about AP, put the pads AP, put the pads AP, but what is the landmark for AP? So you will commonly see someone putting a pad on the front, and you'll see someone putting a pad on the back. I'm not going to turn them around just yet because I'll do that in a moment. So there we go, see pads A and P, but this is actually not correct. This is not the correct landmarks for A and P, anterior, posterior, because if we shock someone straight through, like this, we're shocking straight through the sternum, which we don't really want to shock through the sternum. We also don't necessarily want to shock the top of the heart, do we, right? We aren't that concerned about the atrias, because that's where your atrias are, right? Your 2nd and 3rd intercostal spaces. That's where your atrias are. And on the back here, hopefully it's not too difficult for me to turn them around. We don't really want to be shocking through the spine either. If we're shocking through the spine, which is technically the central nervous system, do we want to shock the central nervous system? We don't. Right, so what is the landmark, James? Well, you are in the right place to find out. You just hold on with me 1 second. So which part of the heart are we most concerned about? Do we want to shock more of the atrias, or do we want to shock more of the ventricles? The ventricles. So because we want to shock them out of VF or VT, we actually want the sinoatrial node to continue as it is. It's not the problem. The problem is the ventricles. So what is the landmark? So the landmark is actually the place where the ventricles are most likely to be found, which is your apex beat. Your apex beat is felt on your 5th intercostal space mid-clavicular. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's your 5th intercostal space, just at the bottom of your diaphragm. We're going to place the pad like that. It's now sitting straight over the ventricles, which is exactly where we want it to be. And the posterior pad, well, where do we place the posterior pad? Well, the posterior pad goes right on the same place, but on the back. Rather than the center of the spine or to the side of the spine, which we don't really want to shock the center of the spine, we're actually going to apply the pad just underneath. And now we have wrapped the ventricles of the heart around the pads, and we're going to shock the ventricles directly. And that is actually, according to textbooks, the correct landmark for AP pad placement.